Hello, and welcome to day 295, Becoming Peace 10-Minute Meditation. The name of today's session is Life Will Break You. It's true. Life will tutor you with its winding, weaving courses. There's not a whole lot that we can do about it. I love the analogy Louise Erdrich tells us in the book, The Painted Drum. Life will break you. Nobody can protect you from that. And being alone won't either. For solitude will also break you with its yearning. You have to love. You have to feel. It's the reason you are here on earth. You have to risk your heart. You are here to be swallowed up. And when it happens, that you are broken or betrayed, or left or hurt, or death brushes too near, let yourself sit by an apple tree and listen to the apples falling all around you in heaps, wasting their sweetness. Tell yourself that you tasted as many as you could. The line that really got me was, and being alone won't protect you from being broken either. For solitude will break you with its yearning. Sometimes I've thought to myself, if I just move away from everyone and everything, life can't break me. However, loneliness, exclusion, and banishment of self also breaks you with yearning for connection, hugs, and embracement. This past month, I've had the chance to sit by my apple tree and watch the apples fall. The tree was so loaded with apples that some of the branches cracked, severed, and fell to the ground. Literally, I've tasted and saved as many as I could, gathered as many as I could, and shoved into the fridge as many as I could hoard. And still, there are at least 1,000 apples still on the tree and hundreds more on the ground. I couldn't save them all. You really can't hoard love, hoard connection, and save human experiences, because they all just become a memory. Each day is a new day for a new connection and new interactions. You can't store up 1,000 meaningful moments and then go years without a human connection. Life isn't like that. It reminds me of the children of Israel who wandered in the wilderness for over 40 years. God gave them manna each morning to eat, and it appeared magically on the ground overnight. They could not save it for the next day, for it would rot and become uneatable. They had to have the faith that God would show up with the connection, the nourishment, and the manna every single day. The same goes with our life. Every day, we have to strive for balance. Every day, we need connection, nurturing, and love. It really wouldn't work well if you told your spouse one time that you loved them and never uttered those words again. Somehow we need to hear those words every day. So let's prepare for our meditation. Go ahead and find that comfortable spot to sit. Close your eyes. Let's go down tempo and take some deep, cleansing breaths. What is it in your own life that you try to store up? What do you save and savor in hopes that the famine will be easier to endure? Do you allow life to flow effortlessly? Or do you find yourself always trying to save life experiences for your drought days? What can you allow to flow and flourish more in your daily life? Great questions to ponder. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Okay, let's come back. Coming back here to this present moment, take some deep breaths and allow yourself to feel. Peace comes when I allow myself to take in every day's goodness and have the faith to believe there's more tomorrow. Consider what God spoke to your heart just now and write it down. For if you don't allow precious moments to flow through you, you are setting yourself up for a life that will break you. Ride today's wave with today's goodness. without any reservation. Remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. And I will be back tomorrow for more goodness. I hope you join me. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 296, Becoming Peace, 10-minute meditation. The name of today's session is, And Jesus Wept. When I desperately want to know why something hard is happening, I remember Jesus had all the answers, and he still wept. Wept for our pains and the things we don't understand as humans. He made himself available to us through divine grace and empathy. Let's go deeper to understand just a little bit more. So prepare yourself by taking a comfortable seat, allowing your breath to slow down and letting go of the world. Take some deep breaths and close your eyes. Do you remember the Bible story of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus? Mary had sent for Jesus, telling him her brother Lazarus was very sick and dying. Jesus already knew this, and yet waiting days longer to make his way toward them. In John 31 through 34, we read, and it unveils the story of great compassion. Lazarus had just died. The Jews then which were with her in the house, and comforted her, when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, She goeth unto the grave to weep there. Then, when Mary was come where Jesus was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled, and said, Where have ye laid him? And they said unto him, Lord, come and see. And Jesus wept. Let's sit here for just a few moments. Jesus knew he would be raising Lazarus from the dead in just a few minutes. And yet, he chose to sit here and weep with his friends. The compassion, the empathy, the love. Can we learn a little extra something from this example and in this space? Let's continue reading in John 11. Verse 36. And then said the Jews, Behold, how Jesus loved Lazarus. And some of them said, Could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died? Jesus, therefore, again groaning in himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Jesus said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he hath been dead 4 days. Jesus said unto her, Said I not unto thee that if thou wouldst believe, thou should see the glory of God? And do you remember the rest of the story? Jesus commanded Lazarus to rise from the dead, and so he did. This story teaches me what to do when someone is hurting. In that moment, he had not yet moved to fix the death of his friend, but he paused to walk with and be there for his friends. He didn't do anything but be there and mourn and groan in sorrow with them. He wept with them. The second lesson for me is that he did not jump to moving their hearts to hope either. He didn't skip over their sadness by trying to point their hearts to something else. He was the great listener, the great sitter, the amazing ability to hold space for tragedy. He is the great validator. What a lesson for us to take from his weeping. And Jesus wept, even though he knew a new dawn was moments away. I love knowing what to do by the example he set for us. Walk with those who are hurting. Don't attempt to take away their pain. Listen with your heart and mourn with them, weeping with them. Sometimes we don't even have to offer words. Just our presence is a blessing. Just weep with them. Oftentimes, when we are climbing steep hills of trial, God reaches out his hand and literally moves us from one step to the other. Nothing else needs to be said. He just shows up. He helps make it possible for us to keep walking. Here's some important questions to ponder today in your meditation. Who has shown up for you in this way when you have walked through difficult times? What did they do that was of great comfort? What do you need today from someone in your present trials? How can you show up for someone you know is suffering? I'm going to mind the time while you sit in the silence. Come back when you hear a soft bell. Let's come back, taking some deep breaths in and wiggling your fingers, toes, and your extremities. Peace comes when I learn compassion by remembering, and Jesus wept too. May you be comforted in your suffering perfectly by a God who knows your heart. May you bless the lives of others as you become His hands to wrap your arms around those you love in times of heartbreak. May you become peace through your actions. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you'll be joining me. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 297, Becoming Peace 10-minute meditation. The name of today's session is 3 Types of People. Let's uncover the different types of people who surround you every day. As we look closer, the 3 types of people in your life are the leaf people, the branch people, and the root people. The leaf people. These people come into your life for just a season. You can't depend on them. They are weak. They only come to take what they want, then they leave. The branch people. They are strong, but break away when life becomes tough. They will stay for a season, but will go when life becomes harder. The root people. These are very important people. They don't do things to be seen. They stay during the difficult times. They will water you. They are not moved by your position. They take you as you are. Only the root type of people will stay, no matter the season. The burning question today is one worth spending some time meditating on. What type of people do you surround yourself with? How do you show up for others? So let's close our eyes. Take some very deep breaths. Relax and create a safe space to contemplate leaf, branch, and root people. Come back when you hear a soft bell. let's come back. Take a deep breath in and out, and come back to the present moment. Peace comes when I realize there are leaf, branch, and root people in my world, and I choose to place them accordingly without expectation. Not all people you meet will show up as root people. In fact, maybe 2 to 3 people in your life will ever show up as true root people. That's okay. Most of them will be leaf and branches. Root people are a special kind of breed. They are soul flames who are guardian angels at heart. Who do you show up for as a root person? Maybe it's time to just even become aware that there are 3 different types of people in the first place. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to take in light. Light through you. The light of Christ is filtered to others. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now. Hello, and welcome to day 298, Becoming Peace, 10-minute meditation. The name of today's session is What You Tolerate, You Encourage. Did you realize that even tolerating toxic behaviors from yourself or other people is slowly destroying you? It's not Christ-like. Tolerance is not being noble. Let me say that again. Tolerance is not being noble. It's nothing to be proud of. Every story taken from the life of Jesus Christ never projects or promotes tolerance. Jesus was someone who expected movement in an upward direction. Those folks who exhibited tyrannical behaviors, Jesus didn't give them even the acknowledgement of uttering a breath in their direction. In fact, he delivered silence. Something to consider. How people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. This gives us tremendous insight. Never let a person get comfortable with mistreating you. What you tolerate today will be the same things that imprison you tomorrow. What you tolerate today will be the same things that imprison you tomorrow. As we begin to move into patterns of tolerance, you begin to slowly build prisons around yourself that tether you with simple pieces of string. The things you tolerate begin to become mountains in your life, which never go away. Today is about recognizing these patterns in your life and stopping them before they become the bars you sit behind. If we revisit the examples of Jesus, just know he gave his life before he would ever choose to tolerate the evil ways of his accusers. What are you choosing to tolerate in your life? What is slowly creating a prison which will eventually consume you? These thoughts are worth visiting today. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. What you tolerate today, you accept tomorrow. What you accept today, you embrace tomorrow. Let's prepare for today's meditation by taking a big, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it, and then release slowly through your mouth. Close your eyes and come back when you hear a soft bell. let's come back, taking deep breaths in to ground ourselves and out, opening your eyes gently and coming back slowly. Peace comes when I stand firm in my convictions and never waver. First you endure, then you tolerate. Next, you sympathize, encourage, and then embrace. Let me say that again. First you endure, then you tolerate. Next, you sympathize, encourage, and then embrace. Let that sink in all day today. Take note, folks, this world is becoming dark and murky. If you want to stay afloat, you'll need to navigate to clear and clean waters. I wish you smooth sailing today with lots of golden light leading your way. And I'll end on this note by Alex Pope's poem, An Essay on Man. Vice is a monster of so frightful mien, as to be hated needs to be seen. Yet seen too often, familiar with her face, we first endure, then pity, then embrace. Be careful how you choose to live. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you will too. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 299, Becoming Peace, 10-minute meditation. The name of today's session is Things Do Indeed Fall Apart. How's that for a title? If I had $1 for every time something fell apart in my life, I'd be sitting on $1 billion. I know and am almost certainly sure we would be billionaires together. What is falling apart right now, today, in your life? Sometimes things fall apart to make way for something new to emerge. You might not understand your current situation and obstacles, but you will eventually. All things are aligning for your greater good. You just got to have faith that things will get better and know that you always deserve the best. This discussion reminds me of the Grand Canyon, with its deep, cutting crevices and curves, carved out by something as pliable as water. The water cuts into the rock and creates deep canyons and hollows. All cutting and carving in your life is designed by an all-knowing God. Most of the time, we really have no idea what is happening and what situations He is mercifully delivering to us for our benefit. In fact, the cutting away, the deep canyons of sorrow and toil, and the gut-wrenching experiences make no sense most of the time. It's only in a far distant day that we understand even a glimmer of what trials we've endured. But we know somehow He takes our greatest pains and turns them into something of beauty. When things fall apart, I dare venture to conclude they are actually falling together in the long run. How are things falling together in your own life? What does that look like? When we build a house, a great edifice, we first have to dig deep in the earth, cleanse, remove, pick, dig, claw, and make room for the foundation. It's no different in our own life. Let's take some deep breaths and prepare ourselves for our meditation today. Find that comfy spot. Rest with your back supported and your head free. Take in more deep breaths and feel free to close your eyes. Come back when you hear that soft bell. Okay, let's come back now. Taking in 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. Peace comes when I surrender to things falling apart and knowing it will lead to all things falling together. Life is a fiery taste of pungent, bitter, and sweet, and it's okay. Okay that we are having these experiences, even the tart and the tasty. Have faith. God is working for your good. May you feel the blessings of His peace falling upon the crown of your head. May you feel the warmth of His light falling over you like sunshine, for He is the light. Please share this session with someone you love, someone who could use this message today. And remember, you are great in His sight. Take in that light, more light today than you did yesterday, and infuse it into the heart of someone you love. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you join me. Bye for now.